Hello, welcome back. Today is all about character building, and before you see Dark Heresy, AD&D, or Advanced Dungeons & Dragons First Ed Edition, but what we are going to be focusing on is Pathfinder Second Ed Edition. I'm going to build a bard for today. So I'm going to put up a poll. Feel free to take part in that poll. Make sure you have some food, some drink. Be prepared, because I'm going to ask you to participate and make some decisions, and hopefully you enjoy yourself, because this should be a relatively pleasant experience. It's not going to be a difficult process, because I have something that will help walk you through that process relatively easily. I am relatively new to the concept of Pathfinder Second Ed Edition, but I have played Pathfinder First Ed Edition. They are slightly different animals, so in any case, we'll get started, shall we? Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Weller, and today I want to talk about role-playing games. This is character creation, bard character creation. For those of you who are wondering what's going on here, well, every week I build a character with the YouTube audience and my subscribers. And so we're going to do a bard for Pathfinder Second Ed Edition. I'm going to be using a program. So there's a program that does all the work for you. Okay, to make it as simple as possible, we're going to use the Wanderer's Guide. The Wanderer's Guide for Pathfinder Second Ed Edition. I think by far this is probably the smartest way to go about building a character for the system, just because it eliminates a lot of the complicated maths process that a lot of modern role-playing games have. And you know, something like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, they're very crunchy systems, really. So assisting yourself in some way is always a good idea. So I'm going to be following on the chat. As part of the chat, I'll be keeping an eye on your questions and your feedback. I will be asking you to make decisions about the character creation process, and we're going to go straight to that website right about now, actually, as it happens. So let's just see if I can find that screen, and it should be coming up now. Is it there? It is there. Okay, this is it. Hopefully my head is not in the way. If my head gets in the way, you let me know and I will shrink it. Okay, there we go. This is it. This is the Wanderer's Guide. Now, one of the biggest problems with the Wanderer's Guide is you need to have a Reddit account, or you need to have a Google account, because it works off that. You can't make a dedicated login for this website. That's one of the things I don't like about the software. How's it going, Fred Hubber? How are you, and how are you doing, Noroak? I'm hoping that somebody's going to be making lots of decisions, so get ready, because I'm going to ask you lots of stuff. So right now, you can have 6 characters for free. This whole layout looks very much like D&D Beyond, but it's for Pathfinder. So we're going to go to the little person with a plus sign, and we'll hit that button. I'm going to apologise now. You're going to find that I'm probably going to struggle again. It is winter here in New Zealand. So while I am setting up the parameters for our character building, the first thing I'm going to do is going to get you to name the character. Okay, you're going to give it a name. So hashtag need a character name. Franny the flaunter. Really? Is that what we're going to deal? Well, we'll see what other ideas come forward. Otherwise, it might well be that. So I'm going to turn off Advanced Player Guide. We could use that, but we're going to turn that off. We're just going to use a core book. In the Game Mastery Guide, I'm going to turn that off as well. So you can turn on all these other options if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that. And it's free. Like, for one thing, you don't have to pay for this this website. It's in beta, so it's still free at this present time. Scrolling down, I've found that the auto-detect prerequisites is excellent, so I'm going to keep that. And the class archetypes, we're going to keep that on as well. You can integrate dice with this, but I'm not going to worry about integrating dice. Okay? Oh dear. We're going to be level 1, so there's a drop-down bar for level 1. So we start at level 1. You can go right up, of course, to level 20. This is how the system works. All of your ability scores all start at 10, and then we'll be making adjustments as we build the character. There is an A-B system to Pathfinder, and we're going to use that A-B system right now. So let's continue on. I believe I've made all the choices I needed to. Maybe if I put one of these in here, it'll help. Okay. One of the first things we do once we've got our character name and we've got our level is we're going to select an ancestry. And hashtag select an ancestry. Now, an ancestry is just a race or a species. For those of you who are unsure what an ancestry means, so ancestry in this case is dwarf, elf, gnome, goblin, halfling, and human. These are the choices. Now, I've got a few names. I'm going to go back while we're waiting for people to make a decision about what ancestry we're going to have. We're going to put our name in here. I'm going to use a combination. Pardon me. Okay. So, O'Toole. Flute and O'Toole. Tootin. Okay, I get it. We'll go gnome. Okay. Okay, well, I think we've got the name. Between Fred and Norok, we're going to go with this. Tootin. Flute. Tootin? Okay, there we go. What a name. Core blimey. The mighty whoopee cushion. All right, let's go back. Let's pick up their ancestry. We've got gnome. Fred has decided it's going to be a gnome today. It's just loading up. Okay, there we go. And we select gnome. Gives us all the information on our gnome. We're going to get a boost. We're going to have a few things we have to actually choose under our gnome, so we'll do that. First off, we need our heritage. So part of our ancestry is our heritage. So that's chameleon gnome, fey touched gnome, sensate gnome, umbral gnome, and the wellspring gnome. Okay, so hashtag select a heritage. Heritage. Try to get there. I'll read those out again. Yes, anybody else who's in here, feel free to speak up. Fred, Harbour, and Norok are often here in my character creation live streams, and you're welcome to take part. It really is, you know. I usually take the newer people over the older subscribers' suggestions, just because that's how I work. Okay, so we've got, as I said, the chameleon gnome, the fey-touched gnome, the sensate gnome, I don't know much about these, the umbral gnome, and the wellspring gnome. You like the idea of fey? Fey-touched, both of you have select fey-touched, so we're going to do a fey-fey. We do a fey-fey, we're going to get a cantrip. I'll read out all the cantrips. Hashtag pick a cantrip. Now, cantrips allow you to cast a spell an infinite number of times. Okay, and you can keep using it. That's why it's called a cantrip. It's like a 0 level spell. So there's acid splash, there is light, detect magic, disrupt undead, electric arc, guidance, no direction, really, no direction, tanglefoot, stabilize, sigil, read aura, ray of frost, produce flame, dancing lights, prestidigitation. Those are the choices. Let me try and read these out again. Acid splash, light, detect magic, disrupt undead, electric arc, guidance, no direction, tanglefoot, stabilize, sigil, read aura, ray of frost, produce flame, dancing lights, prestidigitation. They will be very similar to what you're used to from Dungeons and Dragons, because Pathfinder 2e is a clone of Dungeons and Dragons, okay? Something chaotic, tanglefoot. Okay, tanglefoot it is. Got it. You can view the spell too. You can click it on and actually see what the spell does. It explains how it works. So it's quite handy, this package. Next, we're going to pick an ancestry feat. Hashtag pick an ancestry feat. There we go. So a feat, if you're not familiar, feet are not like the things on the end of your legs. A feat is a special ability. Okay, it gives you something else. These are the choices. Animal accomplice, Burrow, what's that? Electrotationist. What the heck is that? Fey Fellowship, First World Magic, Gnome Obsession, Gnome Weapon Familiarity. Oh god, I can't say that word. Illusion Sense. Again, Animal Accomplice, Burrow, whatever the heck that is, Fey Fellowship, First World Magic, Gnome Obsession, Gnome Weapon, some sort of specialization, Illusion Sense. Okay. Hello, Derry. How are you? How's it going? Do you want a soda? Why do you need a soda? You tell me. You tell me why. The hat's coming off, people. It's okay. I'll get you a beer soda. Really? Acid. That's right. Often a lot of critters do not have resistance to acid or to force damage, but we're not dealing with that right now. The birch bark, tart paper. Those options aren't here, unfortunately. Oh, is it? I'd say First World Magic. Oh, right. Okay, let's go First World Magic then. Select that. We have to choose another cantrip. Well, that was a surprise. Hashtag. Pick another cantrip. Very simple. Whoops, that ain't the word cantrip. That is something else. Let's remove that. Let's try again. Pick another cantrip. Cantrip. Okay, that's better. Now we got it. I got the cantrip. Let me read them out again. Acid Splash. Light. Detect Magic. Disrupt Undead. Electric Arc. Guidance. No Direction. Tangle Foot. We already have that. Stabilize. Sigil. Read Aura. Ray of Frost. Produce Flame. Dancing Lights. Prestidigitation. Acid Splash. Oh, that's right. Derry was going on about acid. Hi, Shiner81. How are you doing? Welcome to the party. So we're going to go Acid Splash, since everybody wants Acid Splash. Derry suggested it, and it's been confirmed by the rest of the group. Let's go on to our next thing. I keep forgetting to do this. We have to boost. So when we get our Ancestry, we have to boost one of our ability scores. We get some setup standards. When we get our Ancestry, we get a boost to our Constitution, goes up by 2. Our Charisma goes up by 2, which has happened already. And our floor is Strength, and that's gone down by 2. Okay, that's gone down. But we get a couple of boosts. But we get a free boost as well. So that'll be, you have to either boost Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, or Wisdom. Okay, it can't boost Charisma because Charisma has already been boosted automatically. So we can't pick that one. Hashtag. What ability score do we boost? Okay, so here's the thing. When we get our boost, it can only be one of those 4. Strength, Dexterity, Intelligence, Wisdom. We're going to be boosting our ability score by 2 points. So it will mean our modifier will change as well. Dex. Magic is intelligence, but not for magic is not intelligence for a bard. I think you'll find that the primary bard spellcasting ability is not intelligence, so that probably won't work. What's that? Not sure in Pathfinder 2 if it's continuing damage and spell can be different or versus the toss via vial of acid. I'm not aware. Yeah. Hello, how's it going, Overboard? Overboard is a patron and also a moderator, and welcome back. Overboard was on a holiday. YouTube had decided to stick my patron, my subscriber, and my moderator into the banned cupboard until I was able to find out that it had happened and had to remove him. Ridiculous, I know, ridiculous. First World Magic we already have. Okay, yes, Bard, Charisma, Spells. Yeah, we can't select that, we'll go Dex, since, yeah, that seems to be... We can't go, Intelligence isn't really going to be here. No, I mean, if that's what you're thinking in terms of magic, magic's not going to be based off that. So we've done all the choices for this, we're ready to move on. Our next move is we're going to go and do a background. Okay, all of the maths for it has already been figured out. So let's go to background. Now there's a lot of choices. Pathfinder's great in that it gives you heaps and heaps of different choices. Pick our background. So here we go. Let me read out the list, since I know some of you can't see what the backgrounds are. They're pretty self-explanatory. The Acolyte, Acrobat, Animal Whisperer, Artisan, the Artist, Barkeep, Barrister, Bounty Hunter, Charlatan, Criminal, Detective, Emissary, Entertainer, Farmhand, Field Medic, Fortune Teller, Gambler, the Gladiator, Guard, Herbalist, Hermit, Hunter, Labourer, Martial Discipline Acrobatics, Martial Discipline Athletics, Merchant, Miner, Noble, Nomad, Prisoner, Sailor, Scholar, Scout, Street Urchin, Tinker, and Warrior. Artist. We're going to go with the Artist. Our need of greeting, yes. I'm not too sure about that. I can check it. Entertainer, common bard background, detective, artist. Okay, so we're going to roll off between artist and entertainer. Entertainer will be 1 to 10. 11 to 20 will be artist. Oh, hang on, we've got emissary for espionage. Okay, all right, well, now I need to roll a different dice. Let me find a 6-sided dice. I'll roll a 6-sided dice instead, and we'll change the decisions. So 1 to 2, entertainer. 3 to 4, artist. Oh, you're in for, well, there we go. All right, we've got, it's not a tiebreaker now. It's the espionage. Let's do that. Emissary. Where did you get the espionage one from? The emissary. Okay. Confirm. Emissary. We get some free boosts, and we will also, as part of our background, our intelligence and our charisma will go up. Okay. So, well, it should be. Well, we'll see how we go. Anyway, let me go back and just check, because I believe you were wanting to look at how one of those features works. Well, yeah, so I can click this on. So your connection to the first world grants you a primal innate spell, much like those of the Fae. Choose one cantrip from the primal spell list. You can cast this spell as a primal innate spell at will. A cantrip is heightened to a spell level equal to half your level rounded up. So that's how first world magic works. Okay, so it doesn't change your spell casting ability from charisma to intelligence. Okay. All right, next we're going to make some decisions. There's quite a few. So we're going to boost some stuff, but we're also going to have to select some languages. So we'll do the boosts first. Hashtag. What ability scores do we boost? There we go. So Fred has suggested charisma and dex. unless somebody says something else very quickly, or if somebody confirms that that's what they would like to do, then that's what we'll do. What I can see right now, we can go either intelligence and charisma on the first one. You want to go con, and then we can go con here. So it comes down to, okay. So I think we're going to go charisma with the looks, and then we're going to go, is it con over dex? Con over dex. Well, we'll roll for that. That's my dice. Fred wants dex, so that'll be 1 to 10, and 11 to 12, 11 to 20 will be the mighty con. Okay. Yeah. No. Quite seriously, Derry. That's exactly what they decided to name it, and it's going to be con because I got a 16. Here we go. Law type. Well, I think we just type something in here. I'm not really hugely familiar with this, so just come up with something you would like in terms of law. We need some languages. Hashtag pick 2 languages. I'll read out some of them, but not all of them, because there's so many. Like, Pathfinder just has so many different languages. So there is Abyssal, Aglo, oh no, I can't say that. Addy, these are all quite unusual, these ones. Ancient something. Good lord. Yeah, just throw a language out there and I'll see if I can find one that's suitable. Apparently there's quite a few here. We've got Celestial, Cyclops, Common, Equine, Dwarf, Draconic, Demonic, Druidic, Elvish, or Elven, Knoll, various languages. Vulgar, you want something that's vulgar. The Whoopee Cushion, Giant and Dragon. Dwarven. Okay. Well, I don't see vulgar here. I'm assuming vulgar is referring to something specific. I agree. Oh, okay, fine. It's giant and dragon. If I can find giant. So it appears to me that we have draconic. Yeah, draconic, that's the first one. And the next one, you had said giant, and you wanted giant. I don't know there's a specific one they call giant. There's Cyclops, which is a giant. There's nothing called vulgar. Orcish. Well, let's go Cyclops. Here we go. Got it done. We need a law. Come up with a law. I see where you're going with this, right? Special emissary. Hashtag. What law do we know? What law do we know? We just need to type one in here. We need a law. You're trained in social skills and law related to one city you've visited often. All right. Well, maybe that's a choice that actually needs to be taken. You need to take or actually include later on. It might be difficult to select that unless you know more about the world that you're playing in. So it might be a bit hard. Oh, you want me to look for hill giant? I don't think there is a hill giant in here. I don't think that gives you as a choice. No, there is no hill giant in the game that they presented here. Axe. Oh dear. Law related to one city. So X City. It's the name of a city, basically. So X City, there we go. He speaks to trees. Okay. All right, we got X City. I mean, you guys decided. It's in. It's done. All right, so we're doing well. We haven't finished. We have to pick our class next, which of course we know what it's going to be. All our maths is getting figured out for us, so we're going to pick our class straight off the bat. We've done those, so we're going Bard today. And we got a whole bunch of different things, which I'm going to scroll through very quickly rather than go over, because that's not really what we're here for. We are here to build the character. Okay, so we get a whole lot of key things. Our key ability is Charisma, as we expected. We're an expert in perception. We have hit points, skills have already been... we've got a few. We're going to have to pick some more skills. That'll happen. And if we scroll down, we can see we have 4 skills we have to select. We have some ability scores we have to boost, and we've got a few other things we've got to select. So let's start off with pick some skills. Hello, Buried Axe. Yes, we did. We rang, and you have arrived. Just like that. Hashtag. Pick some skills. Okay, now I'll read out the skills that are available, and you decide which ones you would like. So we have acrobatics, arcana, athletics, crafting, deception, diplomacy, intimidation, medicine, nature. We already have the oculate. We already have performance. You could select religion. We already have society. You could pick stealth, survival, or thievery. We already has City law as our law, so that's covered. So we just need to know what you want. As a skill, not as a spell, a skill. Diplomacy, yes, we can do diplomacy, no problems. We have 3 more left to go. All right, so 2 people agreed with diplomacy. I'm fine with that, we've got it. Do you know, I think I prefer the word diplomacy to persuasion. I just, if anything, I almost feel like, yeah, I just think the word diplomacy is a better word for it. Performance, stealth, diplomacy. Arcane. All right, so there's a few different choices. We'll go with arcane, and what was the other things that you put down here? Performance, we already have performance, so we can't select that. Stealth, we can take stealth, though. We have 1 more skill to select. Intimidate, beware of the farts. Okay, we can do that. We're not going to be aware of the farts, but we can take intimidation. If that's what you want, that's what you get. Okay, we've picked them. So we have, I think we've got all the things you wanted, Fred Hubbard. There's no problem. We get performance already, so it's not an issue. So you get a lot of skills in this game. Next, we're going to boost some ability scores. So hashtag. Now you'll notice that when you're building your ability scores up, you boost them 3 times. There's an ABC process. You do it 1 in Ancestry, 2 at Backgrounds, 4 at when you get to your class. Pick ability score to increase, to boost. And we're going to be boosting it by 2 points. We do have a nice look. I think we've covered a lot of different things with that, so that's great. So what can we boost? Well, you can boost pretty much anything. Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Right, first one's charisma. Now we can't boost charisma again, so we have to boost 3 different ability scores. This is one of the things you'll find every time you do a boost. You only get 1 boost at Ancestry, okay, so there's no problem. But when you get to Background, you get 2 to boost, and we've already done that. So you can't select the same ability score twice, okay? And the same thing applies when we get to the class ability boosts. You can only pick the same ability score to boost once. So we got Dex Con. So he's not a weakling. Yeah, we've already done a boost. So our charisma is already 18. Okay, it's already 18. We actually get a boost from being a bard as well. They give you a boost there as well, because that's your primary or key ability score. All right, so next one is going to be Dex. Next one is Con. And Strength. Is that right? Strength. And, oh, Shiner's put in here Wisdom. Apparently we're not a very wise bard. but we can live with that. Anyway, it's all right. We'll cope. So scrolling down, we have more choices to make. We actually have one more choice, I believe, to make, and it's right here. The Muse. We're going to select a Muse. Let me just get rid of this so I can actually see what's going on. Hashtag pick a Muse. Now I'll tell you what the Muses are. There are 3 Muses: Enigma, Maestro, and Polymath. So I'm not really familiar with these Muses, but decide which one you like the sound of. It's supposed to sort of represent the philosophy or deity or a physical creature, mysticism, stuff like that. So you select one and we'll go from there. Well, that's true. That's why there's usually a body of bards somewhere, isn't there? Like a big pile of them. Philosophy is always, yeah. So Enigma, Maestro, and then Polymath. Which one would you like? Flatulent Elephant. I do not believe we have Flatulent Elephant there. I don't think that's a choice. You got my attention. Polymath. Okay, dearie. Polymath it is. Thank you very much. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think we have made all our choices that we needed to make for the character creation process. We still have to buy some equipment. So we're going to click onto the little icon that says Sheet, and it will turn everything into a character sheet for us. And then we will buy some gear, because that's what we want to do, is we want to buy some gear. All right, so right now you can see all of our languages. We have Common, Cyclops, Draconic, Gnomish, and Sylvan as our languages. You just can't see it because my head is in the way. We have spells. We have defenses. We can wear light armor, not heavy armor, but light armor. And we have unarmored defense. We don't have to wear armor necessarily. Our armor class right now is 15, so it could probably be a little bit better than that. We can use rapiers, long swords, whips, the short sword, short bow, the sap, or we can just use simple weapons or unarmed strikes. Okay. All of our numbers have worked out. Our speed is 25 feet. We have a perception of +5. We have 19 hit points. We don't have any conditions. Our class AC is 14. Or class DC, the difficulty class is 14. We have 1 hero point. Our fortitude is +6. Our reflex is +5. Our will is +5. And then our modifiers, strength is 0. Dex modifier is +2. The constitution modifier is +3. Our intelligence modifier is 0. So is wisdom. And then charisma is a +4 for our modifier. So pretty good numbers. And, there are plenty of, weaker areas in this. So that's fine too. An oversnert. All right. So let me get this in here, because I can see this is going to be interesting. Pick some gear and weapons. All right. Oversized shoes and a red-nosed bull. I don't know if we've got a red-nosed bull. The polyhedral math at that. What do we? Leather armor. Let's look for leather armor. So to give you an idea, if you haven't seen this, the tabs work like this. You just click on. Our skills are already calculated. We don't have to do any of that for the program does that. So actions, it tells us all the different actions we can use. Okay, they're all, you just scroll down to show you where they are and how they work. You can click them on and they will explain how they work. So you don't have to freak out if you're worried. Weapons are calculated here. Spells are calculated here. Okay, and we actually have already got our spells. I believe we probably have to select some spells, but we do have some standard stuff already in here. Okay. Focus, Inspiring Courage, Innate. Alright, so we have innate spellcasting, we have core spellcasting, and we have our focus spellcasting. Alright, okay, good to know. Inventory, let's do this. So leather armor. Leather armor. We could wear studded armor, but we can have leather armor. Shoe ties, shoe toes ties up to knees. I don't understand. Hi, Itchy. How are you doing? Welcome to the party. Don't forget the 10-foot pole. Okay, I'll include a pole. Let me get the leather armor first. No, that's not add. I've just added it. I was supposed to buy it. So sort of just buy. Yeah, there we go. It's not that expensive. So now I'm just going to get rid of one of these. Our armor class went up by 1, which is fine. That's good. I'm going to remove one of these leather armor because we don't need 2. And then we're going to somebody's got a pole, 10-foot pole. There it is. We'll buy one of 10-foot poles. There we go. I'm not sure. Would you actually have your bard in the front line? Is that a good idea? You want to pick? I don't know why you want to pick, but do you mean the pick for a guitar, or do you mean a pick for actually digging? I bought a pick anyway. How's that sound? Shoes. I don't know if I type in here in shoes that I'm going to get shoes. Horseshoes of speed. Now, those are magical items. You're not getting those. You're level 1. You don't get the good stuff yet. 4-foot long shoes, and whatever. There is no option. Bagpipes, of course. Bagpipes. I knew that was going to come. Every time we do a bard, there's bagpipes involved. Bagpipe. Bag. I don't think you can. What if I type in musical instrument? Really? Is it that primitive? Musical instrument handheld. Musical instrument heavy. Well, I think it's just going to be that one, isn't it? We'll just buy that. They don't go into that much detail in terms of musical instruments. You buy, it's a musical instrument. Equals a halberd. I suppose it could be. But I don't believe we can have a halberd with our bard. It's not going to be an option. Whoopee cushion, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be there on the list. Bagpipes, whoopee cushion. I honestly, I do not think that's going to be on that list. A war pick for a weapon. Oh, you want a war pick? I don't know that a war pick war pick necessarily going to be something we can select. I think it might be a martial weapon. Let me check, because if it's a martial weapon, we won't be able to select it. Equipment 270. 270. Yes, I'm only halfway through the book when I turn to page 270. By the way, the book is just massive. So we've got that one. No, that's shields. Don't need that. War pick. The war pick is a... There is no war pick. And even though we have a pick, it's not something we can use as a weapon because it's a martial weapon. We're a bard. So I took it, but we're not going to be able to do very much with it. There is no war pick, apparently. Okay, gas mask. Do you really think that they put a gas mask in here? A gas mask? Gas. There you go. Nothing showed up under gas. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? How's it going? Um, Pathfinder, I threw up a little bit in my mouth. What's next to create a grinder account? Um, so Jeremy, understand something. Understand something with me. I am happy to cover Pathfinder until we've covered all of the classes. And then we will move on to something else, because we have made Star Wars Saga RPG characters. We've made Shadow Dark characters. I struggled with Back Me Dungeons and Dragons, but I will get better at doing it. We'll come back to that when I'm not having to make my own characters for somebody else's game. We've done D&D 5e till the cows go home. We'll be covering. I will be building Dungeons and Dragons 4e characters at some point, but we'll probably do Merkbork, because I have confirmed that Dungeon Dad Josiah will be running a one-shot and a session 0 showing us how to build a character for Merkbork, and running a one-shot as part of the Game Master Roundtable. This week, we're going to be playing Shadow Dark, a one-shot, and Tabletop Bob's going to run that. So there is lots coming up, but don't worry. It's not like I'm just going to focus on... It's not like I'm replacing Dungeons and Dragons 5e with Pathfinder. We will make characters for Dark Heresy once I find a silly sap that will teach me how to do it. We will do it. So we'll do a lot of different things. But I do feel bad for you that you might have thrown up in your mouth, because I know how that feels. Okay, Itchy. Does it feel strange to use feet as a measurement in D&D instead of meters? Yes, Itchy, it does. But it's like everything. You just have to cope with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, a 2-foot person with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, boots. Good enough. Boots? You want boots. Boots. Those are all magic items. You can't have those. Sorry. No boots for you. Say shoes, go... A gnomish pole vaulter? Is that what we're aiming for? A gnomish... Hello, Andrew. How are you? Welcome. So, bear with me. My normal group of followers who do character creation, things get silly here, okay? A wooden dagger, a small cube, but it's actually a flute. Okay, well, look. I don't know if I can type in flute and find flute, because musical instruments don't seem to be listed that way in Pathfinder. But you said dagger. I think we can do dagger. Dagger's not going to be hard. Let's get a dagger. We'll buy that. Buy the dagger. A backpack. Well, finally, somebody's saying, okay, a backpack with lots of jars of stewed prunes. Far out. A water skin. Okay, now we're getting slightly sensible here. A water skin. Okay, there's our holy water skin. Let's get the water skin. Buy that. Throwing axe or dagger, I think a tomahawk is more damaging. Okay, we might be at a hand axe. Hand axe might be on here. I don't know. Is hand axe a simple weapon? I think it is. Hand axe. No, there is no hand axe apparently. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see else. What do we got here? We've got the water skin done. A backpack. Get the backpack. Buy that. What else am I trying to catch up with? Whoopee cushions and stewed prunes, and what else have we got here? So I actually dislike Imperial, but I know here in New Zealand, so if in the carpentry industry, in the wood industry, we use metric, but if you're working in the engineering field, like with metal, you have to learn Imperial and metric in New Zealand, because so many parts of the world use Imperial and so many other parts of the world use metric, so they have to learn both systems. It was really difficult for me to shift from going from Imperial to metric when I was at school, but once I did, it actually made it easier. Yard equals meter. Yeah. Okay. We're not here for metrics or for imperial. Let's leave that alone. Rope. Okay. Now we're talking. Whew. A little bit of the sidetrack there. So it's not like that ever happens in these live streams at all, does it? We never get sidetracked. That never happens. Okay. So we're doing all right. Based on the weapons that we currently have, the maths for it should be done. We can still buy more stuff, by the way. Our dagger, our attack bonus is calculated. It shows us how much damage we do. If we're going to use a fist, we've got it there. Our pick, we get nothing for our pick. You see, we're not equipped. We're not equipped to attack with a pick. Okay, and apparently there is no sort of pick, in some whatever sense. Remember, you have to be trained to be able to use it effectively. You want stilts. I'm pretty sure that there's no stilts in this game. I don't think that Pathfinder decided we should include stilts. You'll have to go and make your own because they're not there. Okay. Black powder keg. I don't think there's going to be a black powder keg. There might be a keg. No, there's not a keg. There are no kegs. A rapier. Really? That we actually want to select a weapon for our bard that we're actually trained in? Amazing. Let's do that, shall we? A rapier. There we go. We can actually use a rapier too, by the way. Because we're actually trained in the rapier. Okay, so we've got too much stuff here. The pick has got to go. The pick has got to go. I'm sorry. Okay, there's too much stuff. We are almost overloaded. So if you want more stuff, it has to be small things. Okay, so our weapons are now being defined. We've got our attack bonuses and our damage for all our weapons. A crossbow bolts. You want 10 days rations. Oh, let's see if we can get 10 days rations. Rations. Buy. We've got a week's worth of rations. Sweet, can do that. I don't know that we can buy bolts. A cast iron fry pan. I think that's just a mess kit. No, there's no mess kit. Pitons. Itchy wants pitons. Piton? Yeah, we can get a piton. Buy. We got a piton. Did you want more than one piton? How many pitons should a new character have? They weigh... Well, okay, so you want to get 4? We can probably get 4 pitons. So... I'm sorry, I was being playful. So let's just do that and move to unstored. Let's store these. Oh, that didn't... What happened there? Want to move these two in the backpack. Move. That helped. Rations. We can actually store them as well, can't we? In the backpack. Move it. Look at that. We can't put a 10-foot pole in the backpack. A water skin. I don't worry about it. 50 pitons. Really? Yeah, we probably do that. We did. We'll need that. Okay, so bolts. Somebody, Nora could said bolts. 10 bolts. Okay, we can have 10 bolts. We'll buy them. We have them. All right. Do you want a crossbow? Here's the problem, people. Remember, it's got to be a weapon that we can actually use. We want the crossbow bolts, but we don't want the crossbow. Or was that supposed to be crossbow and bolts? I'm assuming it might be both, right? Let's have a look under because right now a crossbow doesn't seem to be on the list. So unless it's a simple weapon, it ain't gonna be an option. Let's have a look under simple weapons. Martial, simple. No, it isn't. It isn't there. Martial weapon. Oh no, hang on. Crossbows. Yes, you can have a crossbow because it is a simple weapon. All right, crossbow. Let's find a crossbow for you. Crossbow. There it is. Crossbow. Buy. And we're overloaded. How did that happen? Okay, so we're going to have to do something about that. We're not the strongest person. Maybe our musical instrument has to be put away somewhere. A rope? We could put our rope away, couldn't we? We could store our rope. Store our rope in our pack. That helped a tiny bit. Let's see if we can put something else in our pack. What about our musical instrument? It'll have to go in our pack for now. There we go. We're underweight now. Good. A hammer. Well, I can have a look. Type in a hammer. Dogs. I'm pretty sure we've looked up dogs before and it didn't work for us. But we have a hammer now. Hand crossbow. Too late. I bought the crossbow. It's done. A fictional character? Come on, you know us. Yes, well, I do know you. I'm very familiar. Okay, so here's the thing. Look, we've done our gear. Okay, we could get more stuff, but let's have a look at the magic side of things. Because, honestly, I'm not hugely familiar with how this works. Because I would assume that at level 1, you get to select or manage your spells. But with the bard, being it is a bard, like how many spells do you get? 66. Let's have a look here. It won't be there. It's not going to be there. You do realize this, right? 66. At level 1, how many spells do we get? Do we have to select some stuff? We probably do. So, hit points. Is this laid out nice and easy to find everything, or is it going to be complete pain? Bard, artist. Okay, so there we go. Bard is 94. So, go to 94. Here we go. All right, that looks like it's pretty easy to figure out. Scrolling down. Spells. Trained in occult spell attacks. And, okay, that's fine. So, how many spells do we get? Spell repertoire. Spell composition. Swapping spells in your repertoire. Occult spells. Ancestry. Okay. Alright. Cantrips. Some of your spells are cantrips. A cantrip is a special type of. Do they have a table that actually just itemizes so you can just quickly refer? They do. Here we go. So, this is how it works. Your level. We are level 1. We get 5 cantrips and 2 first level spells. So we probably need to make sure we have that sorted out. And since we haven't selected any cantrips, other than the ones we get automatically for the other choices we made, we have to pick some spells. Launching pixies. You're going to launch pixies, really? Shurikens. Okay. Hashtag. Pick some cantrips. Alright, I will tell you what the cantrip choices are. Let's go to manage spells. And our first thing is we get 5, so we need to go search cantrip. Unseen servant. Oh, spell repertoire. Is it this one here? I think it is. Okay, so we have to assign them to a slot. Here are our cantrips. We get to choose from Chill Touch, Dancing Lights, Daze, Detect Magic, Forbidding Ward, Ghost Sound, Guidance, No Direction, Light, Mage Hand, Message, Prestidigitation, Read Aura, Shield, Sigil, and Telekinetic Projectile. Can I just say, why is it that why is it that in Pathfinder you get access to so many cantrips compared to Dungeons and Dragons 5e? What is going on here? Total riot. Firebolt. There is no firebolt. There is no firebolt. I'm pretty sure we don't get firebolt because we're not a divine and we're not arcane. We're occult. We're the occult. So primal, or do we get access to all of these? That is a good question. Shield, firebolt, create water. Okay. All right. I'm not entirely sure how this all works, so we're just going to just stick down these things that you put in here. Total riot. I don't see total riot. So Derry, I've got no idea. Firebolt. Is firebolt in here? There is no option for firebolt, apparently. So there's no firebolt there. There's no firebolt there. We do have shield, so we can take shield. So we'll take shield. We're adding shield. There we go. Next, create water. Create water. Can I find create water? No. Yeah, no, it's not there. Let's try here. Create water. Not there. Divine. Create water. Don't see it. Arcane. Create water. No, there's no create water. Okay. Shield. I've got, though. Okay. Prestidigitation. Dancing. Dancing lights. Dancing lights. So we can do dancing lights. Done. What else did you say? Ward. Forbidding ward. Let's take that one. Yes. Flame. I don't know if we've got a flame. Is it flame strike? Chill touch guidance. Okay, now we're talking. Guidance. Let's do that one. I think that is almost done. Chill touch guidance and prestidigitation. Do we have prestidigitation? Oh, we do. Okay. All right, I got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I believe that you have to actually assign these. Whoops. You got to assign a spell. Can we just drag it over? No, we can't. Okay. Cantrip, light. Okay. All right. So we've got them. So you assign them to, I believe, I think that's how it works anyway. All right. Next, we need to select 2 spells, I believe. I believe it's just 2 first level spells. Anyway, spell repertoire. Okay. That's the cantrips. Let's go to first level spells. Okay, this is this. All right, pick some first level spells. Hashtag. Pick first level spells. Unseen Servant, we do. We get that automatically. We get Unseen Servant automatically. Okay? Detect magic. Well, let me just see. Magic armor. Alright, that's under that one. Primals. Detect poison. Detect... Detect magic. No, not there. Divine. Detect alignment. Negator. And yeah, detect alignment again. So I don't see detect magic as an option, unfortunately. You reckon mage armor and color spray? Okay, alright. So yeah, we've got to grab 2. And we can do mage armor. I don't know that mage armor is going to necessarily be much of a benefit to us, because if you think about the formula, our armor class is going to be higher. We wear armor already, so I don't know that mage armor is going to be that useful. Detect magic was a cantrip. Oh yeah, I just didn't pick it. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it was a cantrip, but we only get 5, so yeah, it's not going to make any difference. Color spray. Color spray. We can take color spray. First level. Okay, so we need 1 more. Cast grenade. Is there cast... You're playing with me, aren't you? I know you're messing with me. Do I need to read all these out? Can you not see these? No, I can see it. Oh, you guys can see the spells that are there. You can see what the options are. I can scroll up and down. You can see them. Can't you? I know you can. You're messing with me now. Charm person. Fine. Thank God for that. Somebody said something. Charm. Ah, right, okay, so colour spray. Okay, alright, so sweet. I think we've done. Let me just check to make sure I got this all right. Fear the sound of the whoopee cushion. Okay, so abilities, skills. Have I got this all correct? We get various things at first level, but making sure that I have selected the right number of spells. Okay. Composition spells. Well, this looks very, very complicated. And I thought 5e's spell casting system was confusing. Okay, at first level, you learn 2 first level occult spells of your choice and 5 occult cantrips of your choice. Okay. You choose these from the common spells from the occult list or from the other occult spells to which you have access, which we just did. You can cast any spell in your spell repertoire by using a spell slot of the appropriate level. Okay, so we have selected the correct number of spells. Good. We've done it. We did it. We got Unseen Servant automatically. We got Colour Spray and Charm. We have our cantrips. We have successfully built a bard for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Amazing. Amazing. And we should be able to just go back out of here. And we should be able to see all our spells listed here. So Dancing Lights looks like has a casting time of 2 actions. So we have to do 2 actions out of the 3 actions we get. Forbidding Waters 2 actions out of the 3 we get. Guidance is only 1 though. Prestidigitation gets 2 actions to use. Shield is 1 action. Charm is 2 actions. Colour Spray is 2 actions. And so is Unseen... No, Unseen Servant is 3 actions. Is that 3 actions? It is. I think it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's 3 action. So there's a 3 action economy, and although most systems have some sort of 3 action economy anyway, so it's not like it's a big thing. Right, okay, so we've done it. Well done. Well done, everybody. Thank you for your input. We have successfully navigated Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the Bard. We will be moving on and doing some other character creation next week. What will we do next week? I haven't ultimately decided, but I mean, I'm not against, obviously doing something we haven't done before. I was thinking possibly we just do whatever's next on the list. We could just do the champion, which is basically looks like a paladin. We could just do the champion. We haven't done the champion yet. We might as well just do the champion. Like, who doesn't like a paladin? Unless you're a cleric. Anyway, thank you for everybody who's been here today. It's been fun. Let's end this poll and see what we get out of this. Let's end this poll. So, what did people say in terms of character creation? Have you made a bard character for Pathfinder 2e? No, 81%. Yes, 12%. Just watching, 6%. And incomplete, 0 out of 16 votes. Good to know. Good to know. I am probably heading over to Discord to muck around for a little while. You are welcome to come and join me if you would like to. But tomorrow is going to be Dungeons & Dragons 4e. I'll be going over the complex combat mechanics of Dungeons & Dragons 4e. Okay, as much as I possibly can. There's rather a lot, but we'll see how we do. But that was the plan for tomorrow's program. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking part in the poll today. And thank you for your participation in the live chat. Those of you who offered your suggestions and ideas, I do appreciate it. Otherwise, this would be a boring activity and process. So without you, it just doesn't work. And if you're just watching or rewatching, thank you for doing so. But a huge thank you to my patrons who support me so that I can keep running this program on YouTube every single week. So wherever you are in the world, whether it be the morning, the afternoon, the night, or the wee early morning, please look after yourself, your family, and your friends. Be nice to your neighbours unless they have a whoopee cushion. Okay. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.